Today, Apple announced their all-new iPhone, iPad, Mac, Watch, TV, and Vision operating systems coming out this fall. This free update features the stunning new liquid glass design, which will change the way all of your Apple devices look very soon. There will also be new changes to the messaging app, so you can change the background image. iPadOS is getting a true window multitasking view. visionOS will support playback of 360-degree content captured on devices like the Insta360, and so much more. Hey, it's me, Curtis P, and let's take a look at my top 10 favorite announcements from this year's Apple Worldwide Developer Conference. Starting off at number 1, the biggest announcement at this year's WWDC is obviously the brand new design. Apple is calling it their new liquid glass design language. This design, which brings more transparency and glass-like textures across all of their operating systems, will be coming to all Apple devices as part of the upcoming software updates this fall. One quick aside here about the software numbering. Apple has decided to unify all of their operating systems with a single number version based on the upcoming year. So iOS, iPadOS, macOS, visionOS, watchOS, tvOS, they will all be getting the 26th version as a free update this fall. Jumping back to the new design here, there will even be options for additional customization on the home screen and the lock screen of iOS 26. All the main apps are also getting updated designs as well, with apps like Camera getting a new, simpler design language. Safari also sporting a very simplified design here, which does make me wonder if there will be any pushback to this brand new design. Apple tried something very similar to this a few years ago, where they tried to pare down Safari into a very simplified version, but they actually ended up walking that back because of some users in the beta testing didn't like it as much. So we'll have to see how this brand new design fares with the beta testers this year. The Messages app, which you probably use quite a bit, is also getting some pretty nice new updates. Again, the new design here you can see, but you can also update the background image for conversations. Within group threads, you can also now set up polls, which is a really nice option when you're trying to make a decision across multiple people. And if you get a lot of junk text messages, well, those will be moved into a separate junk folder within the Messages app. In at number 2, I want to talk about the changes to multitasking on the iPad. Finally, iPadOS 26 is getting a multitasking and windowing, which looks very similar to what we can expect on the desktop computer. You can move windows around to wherever you may want them on the iPad screen. You can also even resize the windows to your heart's content. No longer are we constrained to the sizes in which Apple has decided for us. If you're one of the people that uses a trackpad or a mouse with your iPad, well, the cursor is now getting a pointy end to it, so it works a little bit more like a desktop computer. This will help with better text selection and more precise selection on the iPad screen itself. If you want to lay out your windows on the iPad in a more specific order, there are also brand new tiling options built right in. And another nice desktop feature that is coming to the iPad is the addition of the menu bar, which is pretty nice to see. Overall, I think these brand new iPad features are very welcome in my mind. The iPad feels like it's really been stuck for far too long, and now we can finally say that the iPad might break free of that original theme that it was just a larger iPhone, and maybe into something that is a little bit closer to a laptop, but with a touchscreen, which, of course, if you remember, Apple doesn't currently offer. It's really great to see this, and I hope we see more updates like this in the future. At number 3, let's talk about the new macOS Tahoe update. The updated version of macOS brings the same great design updates, which we talked about previously, which I think actually look really nice on this larger display. Also, it brings brand new customization options to the Mac. The liquid glass design changes the menu bar into a fully transparent design, which I think looks really sharp at the top of the display, and the icon set got updated, along with the ability to actually tint the icons just like you can do on the iPhone or the iPad. And the last little piece here that I wanted to talk about with the Mac is that you can now color folders and even add little icons to them to help make it easier to sort through them at a glance. Keeping with the Mac updates here, in at number 4 are the updates to Spotlight on macOS. Apple is really looking to take a bite out of all of those app launchers like Alfred or Raycast, as the brand new Spotlight will allow you to open files and apps with a quick keyboard shortcut, which, well, that isn't groundbreaking, though it is nice to see that you can even launch apps on your iPhone right on the Spotlight on the Mac. So let's say that you wanted to open up Instagram, you just type in Instagram, hit enter, the iPhone mirroring app will open, and then Instagram will open on your iPhone right on your Mac. Again, a little complicated to explain, but it's a really nice feature to quickly open those apps on your phone. You can also do some more complicated things like send an iMessage right within Spotlight, which is pretty cool. You can then type in the message and then tab over to select the contact you want to send it to. It's super simple and it's very fast, right within the context window of Spotlight. That also extends to when you're actually using apps and programs right on your Mac, which I'm looking forward to. menu. If you're like me and you kind of struggle to find menu items in apps like Photoshop or let's say Final Cut, you'll be able to open up Spotlight and actually start searching for menu items right in Spotlight. Now, there is already a feature like this underneath the Help menu, but having a different keyboard shortcut means I always forget what it is. So the idea of unifying both Spotlight and this kind of in-app menu search is a great idea, and I'm really sure that I'll be using this a bunch moving forward. At number 5, let's talk about some cool updates coming to Vision OS. Unlike last year, well, Apple has some great updates coming to Apple Vision Pro this fall. The biggest update that I happen to be looking forward to, even though I don't have a Vision Pro for myself, is support for more 360-degree content, which you can capture with the GoPro or Insta360 cameras. Last year, I had purchased an Insta360, and overall, I really like the idea of going out and capturing full 360-degree images or videos of the different places that I may be visiting. But of course, the ability to view that content back in a 360-degree way, it's a little hard to do. So now if I ever buy a Vision Pro, I could immerse myself back into those spaces with a full 360-degree video or photo. Again, I know this might seem like a pretty small update, but for me, I'm kind of actually super excited for it. I love capturing this content and these memories with the Insta360, and this is going to mean it's even more useful moving forward. Along with that update, I'm also looking forward to the new app permanence feature. This basically means that if you set up all of your apps and your windows around you on your Vision Pro, they'll actually stay there and not actually close after the device shuts down or it reboots. It's a feature I've seen a number of users asking for since the device launched, and I think it's going to be a great quality of life feature for the device moving forward. At number 6, I'm looking forward to the new improvements to CarPlay. CarPlay is one of those features that I think I use every single day, but I kind of forget a lot about it. The new CarPlay in iOS 26 gets the all-new liquid glass design, which looks pretty nice, but it also gets some great features like widgets. Now, just like on your iPhone, you can run widgets right within the CarPlay screen. The widgets happen to be the same ones that are already on your iPhone from your favorite apps, which is a really nice touch, as the devs don't have to do anything extra to get them to work within CarPlay. And along with the widgets, Apple is also bringing live activities from the iPhone to CarPlay. Again, a simple idea. It's the same live activities that we all love, but now it's on an easier to use screen within your car. Great for tracking things like sports scores or maybe like the active weather happening nearby. I'm sure there are many other better examples here, but you get the idea. Live activities in CarPlay. Okay, let's talk about Apple Intelligence next, as at number 7, I'm looking forward to the new Visual Intelligence updates coming to iOS 26. With the new update, you will be able to take a screenshot, just like you always have, but you'll get the option to actually search for items on screen with Apple Intelligence. Or you can even ask a question about what you're seeing on your screen. And if you do have ChatGPT set up, well, you can use that too. Overall, it's really similar to what Google and Android have with the circle to search feature, and I'm happy to see that Apple is copying that and bringing it to the iPhone. So if you happen to see something on a web page or within an app, you can screenshot it, and then you can ask AI where you can maybe buy that item if you want. Or even cooler, if you see an event that you want to go to, again, screenshot, and you can ask the AI to actually add that into your calendar. That's one thing I can see myself using pretty often as we move forward. It's probably one of the few Apple Intelligence features that I might actually use. At number 8, the good old phone app is getting some love. Apple has some nice updates to the phone app coming this fall, starting with call screening. With iOS 26, if you receive a phone call from an unknown number, the phone actually won't ring. Instead, the phone will answer the call in the background, and then it will request additional information from the caller. If the caller then provides information and the phone thinks that it's not spam, your phone will actually ring. The phone will also then show that info that it's collected through AI at the start of your call, just for a little additional context, which is nice. This should be a great way to screen out all of those spam calls that a lot of people have been getting these days. And another nice update here has to do with being on hold. If you find yourself on hold during a call, well, your phone will actually offer to wait on the line for you. You can then go about your day doing whatever you want to do, and the phone will just wait on the call for you. Once the call becomes available, your phone will then alert you, and then you can pick up the phone again and jump right back in. So no more waiting on the phone for hours listening to the same old hold music over and over and over. And the last update for the phone app here is it's getting a brand new design, which helps to simplify the app overall. The new phone app will merge your recent calls, favorites, and your voicemails into a single view. Maps is next at number 9, as the Maps app is getting smarter in the background. Something for me that I've always found annoying is that when I'm traveling traveling to, let's say, my parents', I take a pretty specific route every single time, but it doesn't happen to be the fastest route. So Apple Maps never suggests that route to me, which is the one I want to take. Well, very soon the phone will actually learn, and the iPhone will start to actually suggest routes that you take often instead of the ones that it thinks are the best ones. It will even be able to learn if you make multiple stops along the way and put those into the suggestion. So let's say, for example, your morning routine is, of course, you drive to school to drop off the kids, then you go to Starbucks, and then you go to work. Your phone will soon learn that, and it can suggest that as a route, even if it has multiple stops in it, which is a super nice thing to do. Even cooler here is that without prompting, your phone will actually suggest traffic issues or times of your arrival for that route, even without you asking. So again, some small quality of life improvements here, but they will be really nice to have. The Maps app will also start tracking all of the different locations that you travel throughout the day and then store those within a section in the Maps app. Great for if you want to go back and actually find a location you went to but you forgot the name. And at number 10, well, there's some nice updates to the Music app. Again, the app is getting the all-new design, which looks pretty nice, but it's the addition of a DJ mixing feature that I think will be a great feature moving forward. Now, instead of just the cross-fading between songs, the device can mix the two songs together just like a DJ would. The device will use generative AI to extend the end and the start of the two songs, and then it'll actually work to match the tempo and the beat to seamlessly crossfade between the two of them. I think it's a pretty cool use of AI that I would actually use in my day-to-day life. One feature that I'd probably actually forget about, but I would love nonetheless. Another nice feature in the Music app is the ability to pin your favorite artist or album right within the app. This way you can easily jump right to them without having to search around within the app all the time. So those are my top 10 favorite announcements, but that isn't all that Apple had to announce today. There are some notable announcements which I'm not overly personally interested in, but they are still cool, so let's talk about them. iPadOS 26 is getting a files update, so you can set default apps to open different files on your iPad. Also, just like on macOS, you can change the color and add icons to folders within the Files app. And the Preview app is also coming from the Mac to the iPad. New updates to the audio and video system on the iPad allow you to pick a default audio input, so you don't have to use the built-in mics anymore all the time. And you can also perform a local capture for audio and video on the iPad when using different apps. This becomes really useful if you're doing something like podcasting from the iPad. And apps can now perform background tasks, so if you're doing like a Final Cut export, you don't have to leave the app open in the foreground, which is very nice to see. On visionOS, widgets are coming to the device so that you can add and pin those widgets into the real world around you, which is pretty nice and cool to see. There are also some new updates to the spatial photos, making those even better. Apple is working on a way to transform websites into a new spatial version, which is kind of interesting to see. And personas are getting a big update, so they'll look a lot better in the near future. And if you happen to be one of those people that have access to multiple Vision Pros, you'll now be able to connect those devices together and share a virtual environment. So you could, let's say, watch a movie or use an app together at the same time. There will also be support for spatial accessories like styluses, and PlayStation VR controller support is coming for gaming. There's also a new Jupyter environment, which looks pretty cool, and soon enough you'll be able to scroll on websites and within apps with your eyes. Apple has a brand new Games app that's going to be coming to all of their platforms. It'll help you better keep up to date with your favorite games. You can also see leaderboards amongst your friends. Overall, to me, it just kind of looks like a rebranded old Game Center app, but hey, if you love games, this could be a really good thing for you. WatchOS is getting a few small updates here. There's a brand new feature that they're calling the Workout Buddy, which is like an AI coach during your workouts. Basically, it'll talk to you during your workout and try to motivate you to keep going while also giving you helpful feedback. It could be great for some people, but I personally feel that it would just get really annoying after a while, and I would probably turn it off. There were also some small updates for notifications, so if you get a notification on your wrist, you can just flick it away, which is kind of a nice feature. And the Notes app is coming to the Apple Watch, so if you want to read notes on the tiny display, you can do that, I guess. On macOS, live activities will now show up right there on your Mac, which is nice. A full-fledged phone app is coming to the Mac, also on the iPad for the first time. Shortcuts are getting a few updates, the biggest one being that you can actually automate shortcuts to run on your Mac, which again, a nice feature for those power users out there. And last, tvOS got the ability to select a profile on Wake, so you can have multiple profiles for different users. users. The music app can now act as a karaoke machine, so if you want, you can even use your iPhone as the microphone, which is kind of cool. And speakers can be permanently paired with the Apple TV, so if you happen to be one of those people that are using HomePods as speakers, this setting is just for you. So there you have it, all of the announcements of note from today's Apple Worldwide Developer Conference keynote. Overall, I feel like it was actually a pretty good showing from Apple this year. Again, the developer beta for iOS 26 and other software are out today. Public beta will be coming out in July for those who want to try it out. And for everybody else, the new software will come out for free this fall in September, around the time of the brand new iPhones. So thanks everybody for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video today. I had a lot of fun just kind of like sitting down and talking about all of these brand new announcements. Let me know in the comment section down below though what your thoughts are from the WWDC announcements this year. I'm interested to know what you liked and what you didn't like. And as always, I'll be replying to all of those comments down below. If you liked this video today, make sure you hit that like button and of course subscribe for more videos coming out in the very near future. And also hit that bell icon so that you can be notified for all of the future videos that I post. But with that, my friend, I will see you in the next video. Bye, everyone.